Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 5 of Layer Explorer. Today's artist is Kat. She's gonna be the last artist of this first 5 pack of artists. I don't know, this 5 group of artists. I wanted to do the first 5 episodes in one go before I start posting, just so I can test editing, I can test, all the technical problems that I had to deal with in the beginning. And I'm pretty happy for the first 5. I think I'm pretty happy with how things are turning out. I'm excited to see how things are gonna grow from here, what other artists I'll have, how will the production change and everything. But yeah, we get to talk a little bit about the industry and what it feels like to be in the industry long term. How do you feel about moving around the world as you work, or because you are working in the kind of very project-based industry? And Kat kind of drops a big piece of news for me at the end that of the interview. I haven't heard it before, and you will see me trying to stay calm while I have this boiling happiness inside when she tells me this. She just dropped that on me at the end of the conversation. But she drew a Ninja Turtles fan art postcard type thing. Looks really gorgeous, and you'll get to see all the layers as she talks about the process behind it. So yeah, enjoy. Hello everyone. So this is episode 5, I believe. Episode 5. I'm here with a really good friend of mine, Kat Azevedo. This is Layer Explorer episode 5, where we explore all the different layers inside of a Photoshop file of your best paintings online. And yeah, we're here with Kat. Kat, do you want to present yourself, present your artwork?
Yeah, hi, I'm Kat Azevedo. I'm currently like a production designer at Mint Copenhagen. In Copenhagen, it's a small like boutique animation studio, but we're currently working on a preschool Nickelodeon show called Tim Rex in Space. It's very cool and very cute. It's about it's like Peppa Pig, but they're a family of dinosaurs in space. So there's a lot of singing, and it's just very cute. And
Nice.
yeah, I've been working in the industry for four years now. And I've lived in like 4 or 5 different countries while working in the industry. This is my 8th job at the moment, and this piece that I did, it was actually done last year because I love Ninja Turtles. That's actually the reason why I started drawing in the first place. It was
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, like I only got internet when I was like 13 or 14. And I don't know, I was really into Ninja Turtles at the time. So I joined like a Ninja Turtles like a chat forum. And I noticed that a lot of,
Okay.
yeah, the TMNT forum.
Did they play at like Canal Panda in Portugal?
The what, sorry?
Did the Ninja Turtles play at Canal Panda? I remember seeing them on TV in Portugal, but
yes, and later on like Panda Bigs. But basically, the Canal Panda had the 80s show in English with Portuguese subtitles, I think, until I was 4 or 6 years old.
Oh.
And then a little later on, there was the 2003 Ninja Turtles remake that was a bit more serious. And that's the one me and most people in the forum were talking about and that we really liked. And yeah, people in the forum, they quite a lot of them either wrote fan fiction or drew fan arts. And I was really into that. So I was also writing fan fiction and doing fan arts. And I saw that some people transition into DeviantArt, so I transitioned with them to keep drawing and chatting up with them. And yeah, it's just I just started loving to draw. Besides Ninja Turtles, other things, I would just have paper and a pen and maybe some color pencils, and then take a shitty photo and clean it up in some sort of shitty image editor.
And but then DeviantArt.
Yeah, posted on DeviantArt, and then I remember being 15 or 16 and asking my mom for drawing tablets, tiny bamboo, bamboo Wacom. I think it was called Bamboo Fun. It was gray and A4 size, so very tiny. And this piece was done last year because last year was when the new Ninja Turtles movie came out. The one I think by Seth Rogen or something like that, or produced by
I haven't seen it.
And it was really good. And it was also the year that the Turtles themselves they started as a comic. They turned 40, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this piece. And I love Spider-Man too. I also was really into Spider-Man comics, just as I was into Ninja Turtles at the time. I remember going with my grandpa to this comic book store downtown to buy my monthly Amazing Spider-Man issues. So yeah, it's just a book
Wow.
that encapsulates all of that, and I thought it was really fun. And I also did it to like sell at conventions because besides my full-time job, I've been tabling like at art conventions like Comic Cons and all that since I was also 16. I was like, wow, I like arts, but I can also sell it. Yes, money. So yeah.
It was the first comics festival I went to. I think was the one in Beja that I went with you when
Really?
after I first met you in Lisbon.
Wow,
Yeah, I think that was
like
the first time I
2020.
went. No, I mean I went to Iberanim, but that's not like a comics festival. It's just like a weeaboo festival.
No, but I can't do Iberanime or even like a smaller one that's appeared quite quickly called Ani Comics, and now there's like a gajillion teeny tiny conventions all over Portugal, and I mean it's fine, and people like sell their arts whether they're like professionals or not, and yeah, I think it's nice, you know, it's nice to always talk with fans and like people like seeing be like I don't know. I remember like doing like when the what was it called Miraculous Ladybug was like super popular, but there was barely like any official merchandise, and it was really hard to like buy shit online. I remember like making pins of it, and I remember like this girl coming to my table, looking at the thing, and almost like hitting her friend like super hard because she was like, "Ah, oh my god!" Ah! And just yeah. And I think it's a great feeling. Like I don't know to like you know someone have like that much of a visceral reaction to your art. It's lovely.
I can't. Yeah, I've never experienced that before. I maybe I need to table like to go one of these conventions. You have invited me a couple of times, but I keep giving excuses not to. But now I definitely have things that I can convert into prints, and I can join you if you do this next time. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, there's also a lot here in Berlin, like a few festivals like that, like conventions and stuff. So if you want to visit, then let's do it in a way that you can also come to a convention here. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's cats. I think we can get to the different to like unpeeling the layers of your Ninja Turtles background. Okay, so I can already
So
see that we're starting with a blank screen and then some references.
yeah,
So
so I'm showing
tell
you this
us.
first because the way I started this one, it was really funny. So basically, like this blank square you see here is where the drawing is. So this is like actually like a really big size because I ended up printing this, of course. So these are like my references and all that. So just I mean the turtles are in New York, so there's like New York and so this is Spider-Man. So there's all these like New York City skyscrapes and then some artists that I like. For example, this is like a screenshot from Spider-Verse. These are a couple of arts from this French artist called Pascal Campion.
Yes,
These are
love him.
these screenshots from Ninja Turtles movie. Some more photos.
This movie is like this. The
Some more
aesthetic
photos.
is very similar to Spider Verse, right? This kind of
Um,
3D,
I
2D
think it's
projections, kind of.
yeah, it has this painterly feeling, but I think like what Ninja Turtles is different is that the colors are very realistic. Spider-Verse has all these like blues and pinks.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I
Ninja
haven't seen this
Turtles,
film.
Ninja Turtles is very brown. As you can see
Okay.
from like these screenshots, like if you compare this top one with the Spider-Verse one,
Yeah.
it's
Okay. Yeah.
muddy. I think it's very realistic in a way, but I think it's the intention. Because I think this movie is the first Turtles movie where, like, you know, you see that like things are gross, things are nasty. Like there's like puke and trash in the streets. You know, it's I don't know. I think they made like really fun decisions. Like, and it's I think it's the first Ninja Turtles movie or like thing that like where they're actual teenagers. You know, where I can tell that they're teenagers. Because most of
Interesting.
the art
Okay.
iterations, they're just these like either stoner surfer dudes, or they're just like these serious adults that like sometimes like tell like a joke or two. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this tiny thing here was like my little thumbnail that I like just quickly roughed up. I want
Cute.
I wanted to have almost like a postcards vibe. That's why it says New York City at the bottom. But I ended up not doing it with the New York City at the bottom, but because it already feels like it's New York City. But yeah,
Yeah.
these are my
Super
little
cool.
thumbnails. And then I'll just start unveiling the layers. So yeah, just a classic blue sky with some textures, and then some building shapes with some square brushes. These are some random ass window square brushes that I found.
Interesting. And you did this in
Just to give it
Photoshop,
some
right? This is
texture.
not an iPad Procreate.
Yes, this is all Photoshop. I actually used to have an iPad, but I couldn't figure it out. So I just sold it.
Yeah.
After barely
I had an
8 years.
interview with Tommy, like the one before, and she was like, yeah, I need
Yeah.
to, because if I want this much, I have to already plan, like, be budgety with my layers because I have a maximum amount of layers, and like I've never had to feel this before in my life of like having to be budgety with my layers. I just create a new layer and it appears, and like that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, actually, this piece has quite a few layers, but I feel like in a lot of my personal pieces, I don't need that many. I was just trying to like keep organized in case I wanted to like change a few things.
Interesting.
Like,
Okay.
here, like there's more texture brushes. I don't know. I love having textures and just some glows. I think for the buildings in the distance, some more buildings are starting to show up. Then there's like some stairs going on. I think because I noticed that like a lot of people that like draw New York, they don't draw the little staircase like the fire escape outside. I think that's quite fun. Then I tried to take a page from the Ninja Turtles and like start being more rough instead of just a square brush. I added like these tiny squiggly details, like because New York has a lot of texture. Like I looked at a lot of photos as well, and there's these like little like water tanks and like there's tubes everywhere and there's wires everywhere and it's messy and
Nice.
It's a beautiful city. I mean I was only there for like a solid 12 hours, but I could tell that it was a very beautiful city.
Nice.
We did a lot in those 12 hours, me and my partner.
Nice.
Yeah, some more windows, a little bit of like atmosphere to like separate the buildings because there's gonna be more buildings in the front.
Wow.
More buildings. New York is busy. Some texture. Not sure if you can see it, but there's like this like lights because I imagine this piece that like a lot of the light would be from below from like the
street lights.
New York City traffic.
Yeah,
street lights, traffic. Yeah, these are a bit more textured, and I don't know. I was also trying to be quick. I think this piece took me like 4 hours in total. A bit more atmosphere.
Wow, that's really
a bit more gray.
And I can already see like the buildings, the first buildings, they are so far away at this point now. They're like just a little suggestion at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this one was like a teeny tiny like print. It was like an A5 size. I didn't want to do it too big.
Yeah,
I just wanted to have it feel like almost like a postcard. And he's like more like middle ground pieces. We're getting closer to our turtles. Here, like I added finally like some brick layers. There's a lot of brick in New York City buildings.
Super nice.
Let's see. A little bit more of that under lights going on.
It's so moody, like just adding that light as like the only kind of light information you add to the buildings at this point, at least. It makes it so like, moody.
And then I had some birds here, and there's like a lonely pizza slice here. I don't know why I did it in like the layer with the birds, but that's how we're rolling today. Yeah, a couple more textured bricks at the bottom here. Yeah, just kept adding more and more texture, playing around. Yeah, now even the pizza has like a little bit of lights coming out of it.
Nice. Bit more information. You really are rendering the shit out of that pizza slice.
Yeah, I mean, turtles love pizza.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was really funny at the forum to like just be people like, oh yeah, turtles love pizza, guys. Let's see. Yeah, and these are the turtles. Sorry, I need to turn all these modes off. So this is the silhouette. I like starting with like a silhouette because I already had like the little sketch of like how the colors would be.
Yeah.
So I just drew them like similar colors like the buildings, and then I just worked from there. Because I don't know, I'm trying to like really figure out how to like do color without relying too much on layer modes. So a lot of this is not layer modes; it's mostly like normal layers with just several types of opacity. Because I don't know, like I don't know, I feel like I could always be better as like a painter. And I don't know, I just like refining. Actually, like Miles like was really easy to do. Like as you can see, he's like just one layer, boom.
Wow.
I just from what I remember, I just started noodling his shape and like deleting things a little bit and deleting and noodling and deleting and noodling until like he came out.
Amazing. Okay.
And yeah, then some little details like the eyes and their little weapons like nunchucks and Raphael size, and yeah, and then a bit more crispiness so they match Miles.
Nice.
And like get a little bit of that light. And now like we're past the turtles and we're like at the foreground elements to like frame them a little bit better. Here's a little water tower with like some cables coming out, a bit of texture, even more texture. Now some lines.
Nice.
They're very, very faint, as you can see. Very, very faint. And let me see. Yeah, and then I do some graffiti that's barely visible. Like
nice.
It says Donnie here, and it's like a poorly drawn pizza slice, and like a spider, and then
and
Mikey.
Pizza.
And I don't even know. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, these guys are very fun to draw. Yeah, and our foreground element, even closer to us, the viewer.
Right, okay.
These are like little chimneys. Like some very, very faint brick layers. More texture on the bricks. A little bit of that pasty, like moonlight reflection kind of situation. And then one of the few like layer modes that I have, this is like a little multiply that I did. Very faint as well. And then this is like just one of the sketch layers I had. And yeah.
Super
I think
nice.
that's it. That's the piece.
It has just so much, like so many different layers of depth. Like super nice. Yeah. It's almost like
it must be around,
when you
like,
first look at it, you can't even
50 layers.
You can't even like kind of take in like all of the different layers, especially like those buildings really far away. At some point I just forgot that they existed, but like that little suggestion makes total difference. Yeah, super cool. Okay. This is our that was it actually. It was quite a fast episode. I want these episodes to be actually quite quick. Anyway, so thank you so much for being so willing to take part on this. This is gonna be the 5th episode of Layer Explorer, and I want to do the first 5 episodes in like a bulk and then see how that feels and see if I want to keep doing this. But a conclusion, tell us what you have going on, tell us what like next projects, how can people find you, stuff going on in your life that you want to share.
I mean, what I have going on, well, I've been working in the animation industry mostly for 4 years now, and it's been very draining and it's been exhausting. Like I said in my introduction, like I've moved country several times. Me and my partner, we've lived in Iceland, we lived in Northern Ireland, we lived in Portugal, we lived in America. Now we're living in Copenhagen. And, like, I think you should travel, and you should, like, just say yes to, like, especially when you're early in your career, to like all these job opportunities, because you never know. I made some amazing friends. I went to some like beautiful places and met beautiful people. Even like, like sadness, because like Northern Ireland, the region we were in, was like really poor, and it was very interesting to like see that difference. And but after a while, we just want to settle. And I'm really happy to say that like this past May, even though we've only been in Copenhagen for like a year and a bit, me and my partner, we managed to buy an apartment with only our art careers money. We didn't have any parental help. We didn't ask for a loan. There's zero mortgage in this. Woo!
Wow.
And I mean, Copenhagen also really helps. They have like this housing system called Andelsbolig, where like it's like almost like a money control, because you don't own your apartment, you own like a share of the building. So like usually housing is like a third of the price of like the open market. That was the only way that we could afford it, but it was, we got really lucky, and we're really happy. We also got a dog, so that's what's been going on. And yeah, I mean, I still have a couple of months left of my current contract. I'm in Copenhagen, and then we'll see. I've been doing this for quite a while. I've never been unemployed in these 4 years, so everyone keeps telling me like, "Kat, you're gonna love to be unemployed and work on your own things." So I'm still a little scared, but yeah, I'm really excited where I'm gonna be in May when my contract ends, and also like I'm getting married in May, so that's another beautiful.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just us and our very international friends in Copenhagen, and then another wedding in Portugal. We're gonna have like this very much potluck weddings because we want all of our friends to
What?
come.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what's exciting. And yeah, the personal project wise, I guess I want to go back to the basics. We have so many traditional art supplies, and my partner, he's been building our own desk. It's like a 3 meter long desk that he built with his own hands. So I'm excited.
Cool. Can we have like a photo of it to like include it? Like, I'll no, this side. I'll add it to like a photo of the desk here in here in the.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. I'll ask him to send it to you. It's still like a little bit in progress, but like it's very sturdy, and we can already work on it. But yeah, we've just been like fixing up the house, and Copenhagen has a really good like trash slash secondhand selection. So most of our house is like
Berlin is the
very
same.
fancy trash items. So yeah.
Berlin is the same. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of hold my emotions here because I like literally she just said that she's gonna get married. I am hearing this for the first time, so I'm like trying to like this is recording, so I'm trying to stay somehow like calm through that.
Well, you
didn't know that's what was going on. Though. When I asked what's going on, I was like, tell me like maybe how can I find you on LinkedIn or like it just dropped.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. My contacts. So my website.
Yeah.
My website is really easy. If you want to see my work, it's Azevedo, like altogether.com. I'm a unregistered cat on Instagram, and yeah, like I have Twitter, but like I don't recommend anyone like following me on Twitter. There's like I don't post much because of all the rules, and yeah. So unregistered cat on Instagram, or like find my work at azevedo.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Pedro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Hopefully we'll after this break you'll make even more amazing personal work, and there will be a future episode where you'll come back again and you'll get to show the layers of the new stuff. Maybe we'll have even more buildings going that far into the distance.
Well, if it's traditional, I might have to like take photos of like every brush stroke that I make. We'll see.
You're thinking about the traditional. Okay, wow. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, we have this 3 meter long desk, and I have a lot of acrylic wash that needs to be used.
Nice. So. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next episode. Mwah.